On today's video, I'm going to be replacing the steering shaft on my black pickup, and this is the retrofit piece that I'm going to be using. It's from a Jeep Cherokee, I believe 84 to 94. I may be wrong on the 94. This particular shaft I ordered off of eBay is about 54 bucks, and this is going to replace the rag joint steering shaft that's in my black Chevy shortbed. So let me talk a little bit more about it right quick. So this plastic piece right here needs to be cut off. I had already started chipping away at it, but I'm gonna cut it off here in a sec. And the next thing is gonna be this, right in this area, you gotta put some heat to it with the torch to separate it. Because this actually is a two-piece that separates, and it's, I guess it's glue or some sort of adhesive. So let me get this taken off and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so what I used was a hammer and kind of a large flathead screwdriver. And what I did on this was actually just hit it at an angle and make a straight line and just go all the way across. I should have filmed it, but it's not too hard. It separates pretty easy. Let's see if I can get this separated. Yeah, see, it just, that's all there is to it. Just, you don't need this piece, so that's basically trash. The next thing that I'll be doing is grabbing a little torch that I've got and just heating it up all the way around. Right in this area, you can kind of see there's like, it looks like spot welds, but they're not. It's gonna be the adhesive that's in there, and I'll show you after I get it pretty loosened up. I'll show you what it should just slide right out. All right, so I'm in here in my little shed here. It's a little windy today, so I cleared out this shed. It had a lot of stuff in here. Anyhow, so I got the steering shaft separated. This piece goes inside of this piece right here. Anyhow, I used one of these little torches, and it works great. Took a little time. Like I said, this has like an adhesive on it. I still got to clean it, clean the inside of the other shaft, and it should slide in and out no problem after you get all that adhesive off. The other thing that I used was a pickle fork. Probably not the best tool to use, but let me see. So I had these just like that, and I was actually putting my foot down right about right here. I had it on the ground, of course. I put my foot there, and I just put this fork right here and hit it with a pretty big hammer. It's a 10-pound hammer. Anyhow, I just gave it maybe 4 or 5 swings, and it came out. It came loose. Of course, like I said, it's after you apply some heat to it. But yeah, it'll come out. And so now I'm just gonna let this cool down. I'll clean the adhesive off, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get that other shaft taken off of the truck. Sorry about that whistling sound that y'all might hear in the background. It's not something that I can control. It's the water system across the street for the city. Anyhow, so here's the rag joint shaft that has to be taken out. So right here, got to take that bolt and nut, take it out. First I'm going to take off this plastic piece, and then there should be like another nut. I'm not sure what size it is, but I'm going to work on taking that off right quick. Right quick, I wanted to show y'all the steering wheel. That's the slack that it's got. I'm going to keep turning, and if you watch, the wheel's not even moving. And I'm still to eliminate that with this new steering shaft. Okay. Sorry if it's a little windy out here. I don't know if it's coming through on the video, but I wanted to show you right quick. There's after you remove that plastic piece, I don't know if you can see right down in there, that bolt is a 7/16, so that'll get removed, and then right on the end right there is going to be a 5/8. This one right here, it's a 5/8. So those two get removed, and then if you've got a pry bar, this is I think it's a 25" or so. Anyway, good size pry bar will come in handy for sure. Okay, so I got the bolt taken out right up there, right in here. I took it out already, and I took out the bolt down there. So that's that bottom bolt, and then here was the top one. Make sure that your steering wheel lock works. It helps take out this bolt. So the only other thing is I had already started prying this right in here, which it's about to come off. So let's see if I can get a closer view. Okay, it's about to separate. See if I can do this by hand. And I'll get right back to you. All right, so I got this one broke loose. It's off. I don't know how well you can see that, but I got it broke loose, like I say. So the only other thing left is breaking this loose. Make sure you got clearance down here. Okay, let's see. Sorry about that. All right, I had to use both my hands, but I'll show you as soon as I get it out. All right, guys, I got the rack joint shaft out. This is it. This is the top that went to the steering column. And then of course this end went to the gearbox. So what I'm gonna do next is actually clean this down here so you can see a better shot. Let's see. Right there, you see where my finger's pointing. I'm gonna get a brush and just kind of clean them off both ends. On this end there is a special tip that they recommend, which I'll be cleaning that, of course. They say you got to make a notch somewhere right here for the bolt that's going to go through, which I'll show y'all here in a bit. Right now though, I'm going to get all this cleaned up. I'll get the adhesive cleaned off of that shaft. That way we can move forward with this and get it completed. All right, so it's a little hard to see with these hoses being in the way, but when you stick this on, make sure it goes on in the right grooves. Well, I'll have to use two hands, so I'll get right back to you. All right, something to take note of is on these shafts, if yours comes with a bolt, take them out before you start trying to install it. Don't be like me, trying to install it and possibly mess up the threads. If you can see there, I had already started using the mallet to try to get it on there, and I still had the bolt on there. So take the bolt out, put the shaft on, and then put the bolt. So this is how easy it is without the bolt. Right, there it is, came off. Just make sure it's got a flat spot, so you really can't get it wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up. That way I can get that other piece slid on. So on the steering shaft, the second half, I used a mallet to hammer it down. I just held the top like that and hit it there. Use a mallet, not a any sort of other hammer. In other cases, you may be able to, if you can get the glue cleaned off of that adhesive, if you can get it cleaned off pretty well, it should. I've seen other videos where it slides in and out pretty easy, but I'm not having that. It's not working out like that for me, so I used the mallet. And so the only other thing is you'll have to grind a little bit right here off the top for the bolt to clear. Let me see if I can get in there. Right about here. It's flat there, but it needs a little bit more, so I'll grind a little bit. That way the bolt can clear it. All right, so I got the shaft in there. Took a little bit of persuasion. I ground that shaft just a bit, like I was saying. And so the last thing is to put this bolt in. Let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, anyhow. And I've got some blue Loctite. The blue, I think, is good enough anyway. I mean, that shaft is pretty stiff. It's pretty stiff in there. I had to kind of use a mallet and just something to help push and guide that shaft, make it go up into there. But I made it work, and I mean, it fits well. I just got to put this bolt now. And like I said, I'm going to use the blue Loctite, tighten it up, and it'll be complete. And it's going to be a size 13 millimeter for both bolts, the top and bottom. All right, it's in there. So here's the after result, like I was doing before. A lot of that slack is out. I haven't test drove it yet, but I think it's going to make a big difference. I think this retro fit shaft is going to really improve the driving overall. So it's in there. All right, so the other thing that I was going to mention, in the last video I replaced the radiator hose, and after I tested it, well, I tested it the next day, and I could still see a little bit of, right on these pins right here on the radiator, on the plastic, it was still seeping through. The antifreeze was seeping through, so for sure I'm gonna need a radiator. That'll be next on the list, along with the transmission lines. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for this video. For sure, this was a learning experience for me today, putting on this steering shaft, and a definite plus in the upgrade. I definitely learned something new today with my truck and any OBS, really. Some of the improvements that you can make to these trucks, retrofitting parts, and just upgrading, just keeping these ways to keep our OBSs on the road. So if y'all enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.